blasphemy.
Perfume intoxication. Perfume intoxication. Perfume intoxication. Perfume intoxication.
Perfume intoxication, music of the Antichrist, ballad of the root cutters, ballerina come to see ya, Thanatos with love Athena, adrenochrome into your domain and end the war. I'm vying for peace, all things hidden will be revealed. I'm Freddy Krueger with the purple stone, hail Satan, Medusa's home. I'm in the twilight zone and roots I cut and grow them. Death Bubba, you toke it. Take 2 hits and hold it. The witch, she keep you loaded. So good they want Momo it. I spit dragon venom through hell into the heavens. Hot fire is purple. I'm with the ashy ashmen where the horses ride, flying through the night. I'm here for the promises. You'll feel alright. It's a policy. She keeps it tight. Got the costume on all night. I'm with the fumigation company.
Perfume intoxication. Perfume intoxication. Perfume intoxication. Perfume intoxication.
Welcome back to Lady Babylon. This is Better Than Muse on a Sunday night. Thank you for joining me. It's my very great pleasure. Before we start, I want to send a shout out to all of us who have lost companions on this route. Yeah, tonight we're going to be talking about Hecate. We're going to be talking about Hecate and her hound, her wolf, her black, gorgeous, beautiful wolf. A shout out to all those who mourn. What do I want to do tonight? I'm going to give you a warning before we start, because this is the most radioactive blasphemy in existence. This is stuff that will burn through the quantum reality. Are you ready? Nobody has ever translated this. Nobody has ever translated this, and you are getting it exclusively. Tonight, you've got a ticket to see something that nobody has seen. Now, what is it we're going to see? It is the deepest, most radioactive blasphemy. Oh my God, I can't wait. Oh God, this is fresh. This is fresh off the muse. And I am telling you, we're going to bring up a ghost tonight. Where's that whip? We're going to bring up a ghost tonight. We're going to work that ghost out, and we are going to look at something that is going to make you all sick to the stomach. Oh, Christing. Oh, you wanted to see what Christing was. Let's look at what Christing is. Here we come. Where is he? Come here, Galen. Come here. Get over here. Oh, you love it. You love it. Come here. This is, show us, Chewy. Blast them. Blast everybody. Blow them off the page. Go. Look at people. Look at what I'm talking about tonight. I'm talking 1826. This thing is out. It's published in 1826 when John Quincy Adams was president of the United States. Oh, what a year. This is volume 12 of all the works of Galen. Nobody has touched this thing. This is right in the middle of the pristine well of life that is the collected works of Galen. It's right in the middle of it. It's just hiding there. And what this is, I'm going to show you. Let's pull it out, Galen. Tell me, Galen, what you want to talk about tonight. Look at this, people. This is his work on the simple drugs, their balances, and their capacities. Okay, we're talking about simple drugs, right? I told you I'm going to show you the Christ like you've never seen it. And this has never been opened before today. Give it to me. This is fresh. This is fresh stuff. Oh, God, I'm going to just go through. Look, people, I'm going to translate it, but I'm going to warn you again. This is rough. Are you ready? So, what does Galen say? Chewy, can we readjust here? Readjust the console here to get us going. Okay, look, people, he says, I've been talking about some things that they do with some bodily fluids. Yeah, but these things aren't really forbidden. They don't really have a pollution value, right? But now, what I'm going to talk about, because I talked about that before, now what I'm going to talk about is plenty that. Are you ready? This is Galen. He says, hey, this drink of sweat and the drink of urine and the drink of the woman's menstrual flow, these things are eselge and loathsome. Ooh, gives me a hope. Right? That's what the word means. I'm just translating the word for you. Makes you loathsome. The drinking of it. Wait a minute. Galen, are you talking? Are you talking about? Oh, okay. I won't let's let him go on, people. Don't interrupt Galen. Right? And what's he say? The worst one of all of these is the kopros. What's the kopros? That is translated as feces. The feces which they Christ themselves with around the mouth and down the throat. Xenocrates says it gets in the stomach and it causes certain problems. Christing. We're going to look at it. I'm going to show it to you in just a minute. And it results in the kopros, the poopy, getting around your mouth and down into your throat. Remember, he's just been telling us about body fluids. He's going to go on and on and on about blood and about bile. He's talking now about poop and Christing yourself with poop. How do you get Christed with poop? You didn't know that Christ had something to do with the application of feces to your mouth and throat, did you? How do you think they got it there? Are you ready? I'm told you tonight, people. I told you tonight. All the gloves are off. This is dedicated to my companion. And she was such a fierce German shepherd, she wouldn't have stopped for anything to do what was right. I know it's extremely, extremely uncomfortable to look at the actual evidence that we have. When you get in that ship and you go back in time and you're sitting there watching them do these things, it's difficult. Please, those of you who have not been part of the congregation for long, realize your nausea medicine will kick in shortly. Fantastic. Fantastic. Let's go for it. I'm going to keep translating it. Go back. I got to keep translating it. Okay, Galen. Give me some more, buddy. Give me some more, Galen. Oh, I love this. Are you ready? So he says, look, I can't wait. Xenocrates wrote about it. You know what I mean? And he wrote about what it does. He even wrote about drinking earwax. Drinking earwax Right, I told you these people are into a lot of things. Now, did you know they drank earwax? It's a medicine, people. What else did he write about? He said, Galen said, I don't know. He said, I don't know, man, if I'm going to recommend it. Right? Because, for any kind of disease. But, there's very much one I think that's the worst of all of them, these body fluid medicines that they're using, and that's the poop. He's got something against poop, right? And he says, look, it's the greatest hardship or trouble causer for people who understand, for people who know, right? We know about the coprophagia. We know about eating poop. We know about the iskra urgon. We know about doing the sexual acts that we're not going to talk about, and being the conitis. We know about the conitis. We know what the conitis does. The conitis, remember in Greek, is the one who presents his buttocks in a dance. Okay, Galen is saying, we know everything that's going on, right? But this thing is rather bad, you know what I mean? But despite that, there's one even worse. It's those people who were doing the lesbian thing while they were doing the Phoenician thing. Wait, let me get this straight. And this is right here. I'll just read it. Tous phoenikidon taston lesbiadzonton. Right? Those people. The worst thing is the worst thing is the people who are doing the Phoenician from the group that does the lesbian thing. We'll take a look at some of these words. Okay. And okay, Galen, thank you very much. And what happens? He says, look, there appears to me even that some advantage for the one who drinks menstrual fluid. Right? Okay. And then he goes into a little discussion of trying it and stuff like that. Look, the very last two lines in the bottom, they say, but look, there's one that is just friggin' gross. And that's when people do what? When they Christ parts of their body with poop. Galen, what kind of parties are you hanging out at? Well, that's not as bad, right? I can understand even the eating of the semen, says Galen, the male seed. I can understand that. It's the one where we Christ with poop that really bothers me. Now, wait, I'm going to finish up here with the cannon, the nuclear weapon. Are you ready? It's about to detonate. Hit the next one, yeah. Okay, people, hold on, right? So this other guy, Xenocrates, he's writing about these things, right? And he's differentiating very carefully between the penis that is Christed and its advantages, between that one, because that's what you're going to get on your mouth and on your throat. He's distinguishing between that one and the one that you have in intercourse between male and female when the penis slips out from the colpos. What is it covered with? Right? So this is all Christing. If you just look, well, we'll look at the Christing terms. Look at the third line down, katachriomenos. Right? What is he talking about that's being Christed? He's talking about somebody's private part, which they gonos, right? That's nice. Let's just say that. Your gonos. Look, I'm teaching you Greek. Your gonos has been Christed. And the stuff that's on there is going to end up on your stoma and in your pharynx. So here's the advantages and disadvantages, and here's the antidotes to clear that stuff up. Give me the next one, because it's different, right? It's different. Last one here. Go, hit it. Yep, there it is. Blow it up. Oh, God. Here we go. All right, Galen, give me one more. Just give me one more goodie, right? Give me one more goodie. Look, he says, Galen, urine that you drink has a certain power. You know what I mean? And yeah, and you can drink it and you can be Christed with it, right? You can Christ it all over the parts of your mouth. You can use poop too. Okay, are you ready? Are you ready? So when Jesus Christ is around, the word Christ means something. And I am showing you what it means. Give me the next one. Give me the next one. Oh, yes, no. It's so heavy. It's so heavy tonight. These texts are heavy. People, just hold on with me. Hold on with me. Oh, Lord Jesus Christ, please. Please hang around with us for as long as you can, as long as we can stomach. Hit us with the next one. That's all I can take. Get him off there. Okay, look what we're talking about, people. Posis dehydrotos. A drink of your sweat. The sweat is also the stuff that's all over your bod, right? When you take a sweat bath, you know what I mean? You get all that and you're like, ugh, what is this stuff? You can bottle that stuff, right? We're talking about the effects of it. And he's like, this is what you use it for, and blah, blah, hoo-ha. Hit me the next one. Boom. What else? We're talking about the drink of uron, your urine. Okay, I just want you to know they're drinking urine. The same people who are putting poop on their bodies. You know, come on, grow up. Anthropologically, people, come on. Look at what they're doing. They're using the urine. Give me the next one. And what else? What else? The katameniu of the gunaikos, right? The monthly running. And I'll show you what they thought the monthly running was. Remember, this is a world that respects science, right? No, who else in the world do you think has such an art dedicated to physiology at the time? Nobody. Why? Because you need language. Your history is not you, it's your language developing. You're just a friggin' ant. Yeah, love it. Give me the next one. What else are we talking about? We're talking about, this says the one who drinks the menses. This is a specific person, a menses drinker. A menses drinker. Now remember, that's not necessarily a bad thing physiologically, right? Okay, let's see what the next one is. According to Galen, you be quiet. Give me the next one. What is that? What is that contamanion? Look at this, people. It's your monthly wages. You earned it. Catharsis. It's what? It's your catharsis. And then they put hyma. It's the blood. Look at number 2. What is it that we're drinking? Look at number 2 at the bottom. The menses of women. Right? It's just from the concept of the monthly thing, the monthly activity, the moon's influence. Love it. 28 days. You got to love that. The science is it's like a bunch of nerds got together, made democracy. Give me the next one. What is that catharsis then that women undergo? It's a purification. It's a clarification. Look at number 2. Medically, what is it? It's the clearing off of morbid humors, an evacuation, whether natural or by the use of drugs. And are they using drugs to regulate their menstruation? Yes, it turns out you're supposed to. Isn't that funny? Isn't that funny? There's a whole world of plant and animal products out there that will tune you up. Yeah, maximize your greatness. Ooh, I love that. Turn you into a vampire, man. Nobody will stop you. Nobody will stop you. We got to read those texts too, up and down the flow, dialing in and out. That's why they're going out at midnight. They're all get naked and oiled up, and they go out at midnight. Just like those boys who are being initiated by the Christian church in the catechesis, performance of the catechesis, that's they end up naked, stripped, and oiled. The priests oiled them, and they tell the children, do not be afraid. Christ himself was naked on the cross. Yes. Okay. Did they understand? Did the early church understand what Jesus was doing? You better believe it. Or Origen wouldn't have had to cut off his testicles. Did you know that? There's a Christian hero who cut off his own testicles when everybody else was getting arrested for, I can't say that word on YouTube, for doing things to children. Yeah. Check it out. Early church history. It's pretty disgusting. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Oh, I can feel Sephi. This feels good. I like this. What else are we talking about? You got to realize we're talking about something that's selge and something that's bdelura, right? So Galen is talking in terms of those things that are impure, those things that are unpurged, those things that are abominable, right? That cause the reaction to step back, right? Okay. Fantastic. Give me the next one. Give me the next one. Why is this all important? Because do you remember in this tiny message to you? Do you remember the mysterion, the mystery? It's all about Babylon the Great. She's the mother of those prostitutes and of their bdelugmaton, the earth's pollution, the thing that we're talking about. That is what is in her cup. Okay. If you just felt a profound connection to the nature that is these plants and animal substances and the moon cycle, if you just felt that, that is what Christianity, Judaism, Islam, it's what they close. It's an oculus that they close off so that you don't have a connection with her. And who's the she that I'm talking about? I'm talking about Hecate. I'm talking about she who makes magic. Oh, I love it. I love it. Absolutely love it. Let's go back. We got to go back into the Christ thing just a little bit more. I just want to keep showing you because people, you know how it is. What's going to happen? Lady Babylon, look at the second line. She has a cup that's gold. And in this cup, where she holds in her hand, is the bdelugmaton kai ta akatharta te sporneas. It is the pollution, that which is unclean, which is in her cup. It's the uncleanness of her porneia. That porneia is a sexual activity. The cup that gives you ionic life is her porneia. You mean Jesus and the mouth and the throat? You mean all of that? I could have done the other one. Who told us to come here? Right? Who told us? I told you people, never go to a monist paradise. Never go to a religious monist anything. I don't care if it's an ice cream social. Shame on you, congregation of Satan. That's one for you. That's one for you. Everybody, I hope you felt that. I hope you felt that. Now, let's get back in line. Get back in shape here. What she got, she's got that cup, right? And what's happening now? Okay, you know, I'm sorry to spring this on you, satanic congregation. I'm sorry to spring this on you. I should have told you I was going to do this beforehand, but I brought you something tonight. I did. I brought a gift. It's the fulfillment of prophecy. It's the completion. You are the ones now who are being written about. Are you ready? Are you ready? The people who inhabit the earth will be amazed. They'll be amazed when they see the beast, the one that was and is not, but will be. This theriac is not currently in use. People ask me all the time, do you think it's being used? I know it's not. I know it's not. I have slogged through the miles and miles of wilderness to get to this point where Christ is putting poop on people. Nobody has been here. I can tell you that. This muse is a virgin spring. Oh, God. And tonight, you are seeing her. And what happens when the people of the world see that beast? Bring it back. Tell us what happens when they see it. Oh, give it to us, Chewy. I want them to get it literally. They see it for what it was when it used to function. What it is now that it does not exist. And what it will be when it begins again. We are at that point in history, and you are the people of the earth. Oh, I love this. I love this. It's gorgeous. Give me the next one. Give me the next one. Look, people, now I brought you some poop. Copron. Because that's another thing we have to figure. We have to factor into all this. I know it's gross, but if you talk about Christing, you got to talk about poop. Why? Why do you think? How do you think you get it on your mouth and down your throat? Don't you think it's funny that Galen, who is the physician, is talking about people who've gotten poop plus stuff off of bodies in their throats? Drugs. We're drug users, right? All these people are friggin' drug users. It's natural, man. So what do you do with the poop? Give me the next one, Chewy. We're going to the poop planet. You become one of these. You become a coprophagon. Become a poop eater. Right? When you're with the Leistes, Jesus Christ, you become a coprophagon. You have to. Right? You could put swallow here instead of eat, and it would be just as accurate. You're a poop swallower. Do you understand? You are not Christed if you're not. Makes you wonder. Give me the next one. Give me the next one. How do we stay on Disney? We diachrist someone. We diachrist. Look, people, here's I'm bringing you a new species. You know, this isn't even cataloged in the Liddell Scott, the Alice, right? The Oxford masterful lexicon of ancient Greek. This isn't there. You're gonna spend a long time finding it, right? There's no definition for this. This is a new species. That's how Greek is. There are so many words. Look, they think there are 1.7 million. Here's 1.7 million and one. Right? Oh, God. What does this mean? It means to diachrist someone. Look what you get to benefit from. Satanic congregation. Nobody, no monist out there, no Jew, no Christian, no Muslim has ever heard of this word. Ever. You get it. People of the earth, you get it. To diachrist someone. What do you diachrist them with? Oh, give me the next one. This is the person who's getting diachristed. It's a conitis. It's a conitis. You know what the conitis is? It's a little dance. It's a little dance you do. Causes your bottom to flop around. Causes your bottom to flop around. That's a conitis. That's a conitis. And he's the one getting Christed. everybody wondered about Jesus and the sexuality. Give me the next one. Kata. Here's another one. Here's the second. I didn't bring you one. Oh, this one's for me. You're so good. Love that. Self-mastigation is what I am showing you. Now, I just made up a word because I know the Greek roots, right? He's auto-mastigatory. What? I suppose. Only on a Sunday in the bed of the muse. Katachriestai. What is this one? Here's the new species to katachrio something. That's an intensifier, that kata. That means to really spread the poop good. Anybody getting a little bit right? I mean, suppose you got to be there. You had to be there, right, for all this Christian stuff. Hit me the next one. Let's go. Look what's happening, people. Now, for those of you who don't believe me, I know there's going to be someone out there. Even though I put this up, this is for that dude. Hey, guy, you who are sitting out there, I know you're thinking this. You're going to be like, I'm going to write him an email and I'm going to ask him, where's your source? You're looking at it. You're looking at it. Are you ready? We're talking about people who are really, really, really Christing parts of their mouth with poop. How do you get like totally poop mouthed in antiquity? How do you get poop mouth? Dude's got poop mouth. You know what I mean? If I'm sorry. Don't be scientific about this. Yeah. No, I don't have 18 shirts like this. No. How do you deal with somebody who's poop mouthed, right? Who's been Christed? What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that guy over there? He's all, he's Christed on his mouth. This is application, people, right? You're applying. You're using that applicator, that alabastrin, whether it's human, whether it's flesh or not. Eat my flesh. Right? Sorry. That was Jesus. Eat my flesh and drink my blood. Remember? That was the game. Galen's just describing the medicine. And what happens? You got to be Christed with the poopies. And then what? The worst thing is those people doing the Phoenician thing who are also doing the lesbian thing. And when I say lesbian, you know what I mean, from Lesbos. Right? What does this word mean? People know. Lesbos is an island. People, remember that. Let's all go to Lesbos someday. Hit me with the next one. What is Lesbos, or what does it mean to lesbiazo someone? It says, do like the lesbian women. Thank you. We knew that. Or Latin, fellare. Fellare. No, it's the wrong song. It's the wrong term, because this one is the word we use in English when we say fellatio. Yes, this is to perform fellatio. Now, he's saying the most medically questionable are the people who are involved in fellatio, who are also doing the Phoenician. And what is the Phoenician thing they're doing? What is the Phoenician? Well, that's to imitate the Phoenicians. Well, how so? Victorian Alfred tells us it's unnatural vice. Unnatural vice. So I see. This is somebody who is performing fellatio upon that poopy Phoenician dragon. Yeah. That's exactly what he's saying. So that one medically is the most, if you're Christing in this way, people, they used to tell us when I was, youthful, they used to say, watch out for HIV. That was back when Dr. Fauci, I was reading his papers in graduate school. Shout out to Dr. Fauci. I read your papers, bro. And the things that you did to make progress in HIV research and acceptance of not shunning people with a disease, that was, you know, you got cred, man. You got cred in the under. You got cred. Definitely. Hail Satan. Let's go to the oh, look at this. We're getting some comments. I love that. Love that. Flash those up there, Chewy. Make sure you get the good ones. Right? Yep, let's go to the next one. Here's the phoenix. We knew that. You know, here's the purple. I just wanted you to see the purple. We got purple women, you know what I mean? The Phoenician women that we talk about. Keep going. That wasn't really relevant. I wanted to move. Here's Homer. Homer, look, people, I just want to show you into the first line. Look at the second to last word, Phoenike. I just want you to see this purple stuff. It's in the oldest documents that we've got, right? So when you see them dyeing things in, say, Homer, like they like to dye halters for horses. They like to dye the belts. Belts were a big thing. Aphrodite has this gorgeous, beautiful belt. It's all stained with purple. She's been baptized with purple. Oh, God. Who wants that? Who wants that? Raise your hand if you want Aphrodite cestus, please. Please. Ah, it's got the purple. We got it going, right? Galen's, you know, this is old, right? This tech is ancient to them. So they would look at you funny, you know, for not knowing it, right? With the ocular Christing, here she is, right? That archeress who's so is devastating to the civilized world because she can gallop and shoot backwards while she's galloping. It's terrible poison that they've got. Look at her; she is rocked on that stuff, right? So by the time Galen's writing, this is old. So don't be surprised that he's like, look, if you've been Christing in your mouth, this is what you're going to have to consider, right? He's just being a good doctor for the things that are being done in society. If people were Christing in the mouth now, right? You know, they would be given different advice. Right, but the Christing is there, right? The Christing is the application. Are you telling me Christ is the application of a drug? Yes, and in this case, it's the application of a drug that is mixed with feces from you having performed activities on a coitus in the dance of your religion. Yeah, let's go to the next one. Let's go to the next one. People are still like, oh, God, I don't know which way's up. What about doing this Phoenician thing? Right? What about doing this Phoenician thing? Well, there's something called a skulox. This is the ancient lexicon we're looking at now. The skulox. Most people translate this as dog or puppy. Right? It's generally puppy. He says the skulox is a type of aphrodisiac, just like that which is used by the Phoenicians. Now, he doesn't say the Phoenicians here. He says by those who are doing the Phoenician thing, like the dogs of Heracles. Yes, believe it or not. Believe it or not. Christ me, baby. Right? Okay, let's see. Let's see where this goes. Let's see where it goes. Hit me with the next one. I want to give to you. We just had puppy. Look at the second to the last line. The second word ends skulakitin. Skulakitin. Remember, everybody in Greek, you're practicing. Right? You say it after me. And they had an excellent session. Lab yesterday was good. It was good. Thank you, everybody who showed up and all the TAs that are working. Remember, you can avail yourself of that every Saturday at 12 Central. You can go there, right? And ask questions. Love it. Oh, God. Have a good time. Look, people, let me bring us to the origin of everything that we've been talking about, all of this magic. Look at the connection here with the skulakitin. This is what you call Hecate. This is what you call her. She is that one who is associated with that aphrodisiac. I thought it was puppies. Yes, and that's why your Patreon blows, right? Because your evidence is garbage because you don't read the text. Who are we talking about? We're talking about Hecate. Let me just read this to you. Let's just translate it to you. Right? I call upon Hecate of the way. She whose way is divided into three parts: the desired one, the Uranian one, the Chthonian one, and the one who comes from the sea. She wears that peplos that is crocus colored. She wears it. She's the one who hangs around in the tombs. She's the one who becomes metabolic. Do you know anybody like this? She becomes metabolic with the souls of the dead. Have you ever known someone? You can root around for images. Have you ever known someone who has brought you to the place where you are metabolic with the dead? Have you ever been there? I'm asking you seriously, satanic congregation. Have you ever danced with the dead? Have you ever? Well, they did. And she is the one who leads that dance. Do you understand? Do you have ears to hear? She's the one who leads that dance. This mystery is ancient religion. This thing birthed Judaism, Christianity. It birthed them. Yeah, right? She is the one behind the cup. Fantastic. Now you know why they called the Medwa, the one who knew all the drugs. They said she was the daughter of Hecate. The daughter of Hecate. Let that sink in. Let it sink in for a minute and you begin to understand. Remember, think of it anthropologically. Let it sink in. Love it. Oh God. Give me the hymn again. And what else is she? Look, she's got power in all three realms. The weird thing about Hecate is that the Zeus said, hey, she has to have total power in all three realms, right? She has to control what's here, what's up, and what's down. She has to control the air, the earth, and the water, right? She has to possess that, all of those realms, right? Now you know why she can get Bacchic with the dead, right? Okay, what else does she love? She's the daughter of Perses, and she loves the void. Have you been into the void, satanic congregation? Have you been there? Do you have the star in your hand? Have you jumped into that void? She's the guide in the void. Yeah, isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing? Oh, wait a minute. I know that when you go into the void in antiquity, the Eremon, when you go into it, that you're meeting the devil. You're meeting Satan. Didn't you think this was Saturnian? Did you think you were getting anywhere out of the garden? Did you think seriously? Yeah, that's her. Okay, right. Are they picking it up? Yeah, I think they're getting it, and we're ready to transmit. Beautiful. Okay, here we go, people. What else is she? She is that one who is of the night. She is the one who is of that aphrodisiac that we use when we fornikizo. Okay. She is that inescapable Basileia. She is the one who makes that theriac rumble. You know, the thunder that you get out of the cup. Can you imagine getting thunder out of a cup? Oh, you say, oh, that's silly. You haven't had the cup. Yeah, she's the one who brings it. Give me the next one. What else is Hecate? Now remember, all of you, just if you go Wikipedia Hecate, you're going to find the biggest bunch of. Well, it may have good stuff on there about her. See if they talk about sources and whatnot. But if you want to go out there and search for Hecate, you're going to find the most ridiculous. Take off the goth stuff. Come on, what a ridiculous. She's also the Tauropolon. Now, people will translate that as bull herder. Bull herder. Well, that makes sense. She dances with ghosts and she herds bulls. Remember what that Tauros is. I taught you last time that Tauros is that genitalia. Right? She's the one who masters that bull. Okay? And she's a nymph. She's a nymph, yes, and she's a leader, and she's a nourisher of the children, because you know what the one law is that none of us ever question. You know what that one, I didn't tell you guys that. Yeah. The one thing the universe never questions is the value of nourishing children. She is the child nourisher. If you cannot stand before she who nourishes children, if you can't stand before her because of who you are or what you've done, you got no place. You got no place with us, right? Do you see where Jesus took a little tiny step over the line? He just took a little tiny step. Oh, God, you're going to scandalize me. You're going to scandalize me. Oh, stop. You're going to scandalize me. Shut up, Jesus. Continue Christing that kid, you freak. Give me the next one. Give me the next one. And so what happens? This is just, she's a child nourisher. You know what I mean? We pray to her as the Korah. Right? And all of us who have been initiated, right? That's all part of the deal. Give me the next one. I just wanted you to see here. Now, Hesychius, when you pull him up and say, hey, Hesychius, tell us, what is the Hecate anyway? What is that Hecate anyway? He says it's a xulon. A xulon is a stake. It can be just a piece of wood. But here it's a piece of wood that they tie or bind somebody who's guilty, who's done bad things. They tie him to it, and then they beat him. They beat him. Do you like that? So what is the Hecate? The Hecate is what you get with justice, baby. That's what you get. You do something bad to a kid, we're going to tie you to a stake, and we're going to beat you. We're going to beat you and whip you. Oh, wow. That's fantastic. Doesn't that now, people, come on, can't you feel good about that? That is satanic justice, baby. You don't get that kind of justice from any other kingdom. That belongs to Satan, baby, right there. Oh, God. Don't you love that? Who wants to go? I want to go. Is that part of the cult after the vision thing? Do we all get to beat up freaks? Yeah, let's go for it, baby. Right? Love it. Oh, give me the next one. Give me the next one. Oh, no, we're done. Give me after that. Here, boop, and next one. Boom. Now, Hecate, they'll tell you, is also the throwing. No, that's okay, Chewie. Don't worry. It's the throwing. Henry Cavill still loves you. It's the throwing of the javelin or the hurling of a bolt of some sort, like an arrow. What do you call Hecate? They call Artemis Hecate. Why? Because she is that Iocheira, the pourer of poison arrows. The pourer of poison arrows. You mean Hecate is this divinity? Yes. Hecate is that one who shoots that bow. She is the one who, oh God, you know what who walks around with her? A whole bunch of black wolves. Odysseus was so scared once. Why is that? Because Circe, right? Remember, Odysseus has been held for 7 years by one woman named Calypso. And then he gets captured by another woman, which was probably just a trade to start with. I'll bet you that's what it was originally. It's just a trade. But he ends up with another woman as her sex slave, right? And what happens in the process? What happens in the process? Well, he whines and complains a lot. He cries on the beach. He sits and cries on the beach, right? This is the Bronze Age, man, right? You mean he wasn't, I'm a man. No, he wasn't. He wasn't tanning his testicles either. No, he was being held captive by a woman and crying a lot. She abused him and pumped him full of drugs, man. Right? What a world. What a world. And what did Cersei teach him? She said, you want to go to the underworld? And he was like, yeah, I do. I want to see my daddy. Right? Or whatever, whoever it was that he was going to see. His dad's still alive at that point, but whoever it was Achilles or someone, Agamemnon. Right? Oh, God. Right? Because when he got back, he got killed by another woman who was called the Dragon Priestess. Did you know that his wife was called the Dragon Priestess? Who in their right mind would mess around on somebody called the Dragon Priestess? Seriously. He had it coming. He came back with this priestess that he abducted and was, I can't use the R word. Yeah. And he's got her with him. So guess what? The Dragon Queen bashed his head in while he was taking a bath. She buried an axe in his brain after wrapping him up in a net. Yeah, carpet. Isn't that funny? I think it was purple. I don't know. Go back and check. Somebody check. The period is not what you think it is. The world is not what you think it is. We live in a world that is heavily misogynist. Whether people are throwing acid in the face of women, or whether they're saying, you got to walk 10 feet behind me, or I'm going to go in this section, and you got to go sit up there because that's where all the people like you sit. Right? They weren't doing that then. Yeah, there was something, a power. There's power in the femininity. There's power in it. That's what you find in Hecate, right? Classical authors are known for saying, Hecate, once a month, all the rich bastards, right, who don't deserve to hoard what they've got and starve everybody else, all the rich bastards have to go down to the shrines of Hecate, and they have to leave food. Nice food, too. Not these canned goods garbage. Nice prepared meals. Nice. And you know who goes and picks them up? It's all the poor people. It's all the poorest of the poor, because that is what Hecate does. Yeah. You know that feminine goddess you thought existed? This is her. This is her. This is the ultimate and highest enemy of Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. And you know who can tell you that? Is the people, the women in the burqas who are starting to fight. That's who you can tell about that. Oh, God. Tell the Philistine women, too. Tell them all. Love it. Give me the next one. Give me the next one. Got a little patriotic there. Yeah. Look what's happening, people. What comes out of the mouth of Hecate? She says, I tell you. What do I tell you? I tell you all things true. Right? Imagine that. Imagine that. A force of nourishment, a protector of the poor who only speaks the truth. Do you see where Jesus had his model? Jesus is not a made-up figure. Jesus is not a fictional character. The people who are writing the New Testament are not trying to take Greek figures and just slam them down from the literature right down into their own works. They're not doing that. Jesus is living in a system that venerates this identity. When he goes down to Egypt and he's got his trust fund, comes back so educated. What do you think he was educated in? Yeah, in the language of Greek. That this mystery. The word mystery is a Greek word, people. Right? The word Christ is a Greek word. When are you going to see it? Right? Christ, Jesus, is that Hecatic light. When he says, I'm the light of the world, give me the next one, Chewy. Give me the next one. I'm the light of the world, right? Watch. You know where he's stealing that from, right? You coprophagic. Next one. Next one. Who is the Hecate? Here's a little section that Medea is talking about who Hecate is to her, and she says she lives within her inner chamber, in the very most sacred nooks of her inner chamber. Ladies, listen to me. The great queen says, in the depths of her inner chamber dwells Hecate. I suspect you'll understand that. I suspect you will. Yeah. There's something earthy in that. She's that power, right? And who does Medea go to for that power? As a matter of fact, who is Medea? What is her title? She is a priestess of Hecate. She comes right out of your hearth, people. Right out of a woman's hearth comes Hecate. Okay, go. Give it to me. Next one. Right out of her hearth. Love it. And by the way, Pausanias is going to tell us here, the people from Aegina, remember Paul from Aegina, that physician we dealt with last week? The people from his hometown, his island, what do? They worship Hecate, right? And they initiate people. They create the initiates, right? Once a year, they have this festival. And Orpheus, he says, brought this worship to Thrace, right? Calling it the mystery, right? Calling it that initiation. Keep going, right? So we're right in the middle. When you look at the models that Jesus Christ used, who is the light of the world, hail Satan, who is the morning star, right? Look at what Hecate produces. Hecate produces a phasmasi, hekatikois photoidesin. What does she produce? She produces images, right? Images, ghosts that are full of light. Hecatic light ghosts. Hecatic light phantasmagoria. Okay? Everything that the church based its images of the ho and the light and the halo ho is an attempt to reproduce a Hecatic light making image. Oh, love this stuff. Love this stuff. You didn't know that was magic, did you? Of course it's magic. How do you think you can actually generate this stuff if you're not on the aphrodisiacs? Go. Give me the next one. We're almost finished there. Oh God, I just want to show this with you. Philomedes Aphrodite is the last two words of the first line. What is the smile or laughter loving Aphrodite? What does she say? She's like, look, I don't see any problem with what you're saying. You know who you are, baby? You are the one who guards that bed of the highest God. Yeah. You are the one that guards the bed of that highest God. Isn't that gorgeous? Talking about Hera. Think about that for a minute. What are you going to use in the process? You're going to use something to guard that bed. You're going to use something that is of the air, of the earth, and of the water. You're going to have drugs. Do you want to know what the Junks is? It's a drug to bring back someone who no longer desires you. You mean you can drug someone into desiring you? Yes. And they're doing it all the time. They're doing it all the time. Good. Give me the next one. We're coming to the close to the finish. These are the things I wanted you to see, that they're dying. They're dying those straps and thongs, reins, they say. Good. That's what they're dying. This is not a big deal. But here's what you yell when you're in the middle of the process, right? The alalatos is that loud shouting, right? It's a cry of victory. It's the hallelujah of the person who enters into the Hecatic image. It is the shout of the person within the Hecatic image. Give me the next one. What are we talking about, people? We're talking about a Christ who is staining parts of the mouth and throat. We're talking about a rite that involves drugs, that involves sex, that involves enlightenment, that involves opening the mind, and how that rite changes and is contorted, is changed. And everybody in here I get tons of communications. Hey, what are you doing? Both comments and people talking on another channel or something, people talking about this. I understand that Jesus is corrupting the right. I understand that. He is not acting as a kurotrophos. I get that. But he is achieving the same outcome. Does that justify us for the first right? Look, people, you know what that sounds like? It sounds like you're being theological. And I've got no interest in that. I don't care. I don't care what the ramifications are. We don't care. All we want is what they were doing. We want the evidence. We want to protect those sources, and we want that evidence. That's all we want. It's going to lie like it's going to lie. And if you're scared because of the implications, just wait for the evidence. It'll surface and you will love it. And that's why people, I feel like I can go to bed at night without worrying that I haven't ripped off 900 people, that I haven't taken anything from them and caused them to buy anything. Notice you have never had to purchase anything, with the exception of those of you who have bought the Greek textbook, but that's not mine, right? And a lot of you are pirating it. Right? Shh, don't tell anyone. Oh God, the publishers will be knocking at the door. Hey, what is this? People keep pirating your book, The Muse, The Chemical Muse. Good. That's what I say. I go out there and give them a piece of my mind. Give me the next one. No, that's the next one. That's with the poopy. He's covering with the poopies. Hit me with the next one. Boom. And that's the belt. We don't need that. Give me the one under that, the final one. I just want to leave you off with this. There's a dude named Oineus. Yeah. And he gave that Zostera, that girdle, that belt that was shining with the purple. Big deal. I can buy a purple belt at Walmart. Right? Okay. Has much greater meaning to the people who are wrapped up in the culture and who are performing these actions. When you see Galen talking about people doing things like Christing somebody's mouth and throat with poop, you have to put yourself in the shoes of that civilization. You have to at least respect the process. If you don't understand what they're using it or what it's for, because that's not what we're here to do. We're not here to say, oh, this is terrible. I mean, you can feel free. Like, it makes me a little bit sick, right? It should. But we're not here to create a theology. That purple belt is a thing of value because of what it does, not because it costs so much to make, because what it does. That purple belt of Aphrodite, that contains the sting that creates everything. And Hecate is the one who harnesses that power in every realm. Okay, I don't know how to translate that into modern physics. I don't know how to say that. That's how they're looking at it. You guys figure it out. What corresponds to what? I don't understand. That is Hecate, she of the black wolf. Thank you for coming tonight. I want to say a couple of things. Please, if you get another chance, look at some of the stuff my old boy who's doing pronunciation guides and whatnot. Look at that. And everybody's having a problem with Unit 2. Keep reading. Keep reading. Don't worry. Don't worry. It's supposed to be tough, right? It's supposed to be tough. But you can get through it. And I'll show you how to do that. It is my honor and distinct pleasure to have you at the bed of the Muse. And I hope tonight that despite the graphic nature of what's going on in antiquity, that you may have come to a place where you can taste that history a little better. And when you can do that, you know yourself just a little bit. Just a little bit. Now, run out and tell all of your family and everybody you know what it means to Christ somebody. Thank you for coming tonight. Hail Satan.
I never met a girl like you before. Just give me a taste of hot purple. Kiss me in the smoke room. Scythian archers of doom. Spells, weaves, carpets, and looms. Medea Bellissima, my Athena. Death of a creeper. Fashion gibbets for child interferers. Sleep with the devil, and then you will pay. Sleep with the devil, and you'll be taken away. You must pay when you enter the gates of Babylon for all that you did that's wrong. Lexus Rex, Iron Beam, cashing checks, darkness through dreams, purple rain, Athena doing a thing. You can hear me knocking at the door. I'm in the purple suit, Saturnalia, here we go. Wolfsbane, Syriac flow.
Perfume intoxication. Perfume intoxication. Perfume intoxication. Perfume intoxication. Perfume intoxication. Perfume intoxication.